Going live, going live, going live. A little bit of preparation here, a little bit of preparation. Nobody's here right now, so we're going to be checking out our channel. So if you want, I have to see if this is working. Nobody's ever here at the beginning. Everybody seems to show up right on time. You remember that? When you show up, you're just like right on time. Okay, close. Just trying to. I already have 2 likes, but no one's here. So it gets really confusing. Really confusing. Pipe. Oh, actually, I'm on the wrong page. Why did it open me up to this page? Give me a second here. Oh, 10:45. It's exactly 10:45. I thought I put it for 10:30. Thank God. Wow, I'm right on time. Right on time. Just trying to check something out. Trying to get myself. I'm in one of these groups here. I'm going to be unjoining. Okay. Now we're here. Okay, so now let me go back and see if we are. Somehow I seem to have lost my my StreamYard. Just give me a second, see if I can get back in here. Enter into the studio. Okay, so wow, I put myself up here twice. Let me see if I can cancel this. Muted mic. Hello? Can I hear myself? Solo layout. I think I'm on my own video. Pi conversion into perfect. So that would be me. Let me take that away and see if that person's. It'd be nice if somebody would declare. Just give me a minute. I have to do something. Get a little drink over here. Okay. Coming back. Get around this wall. Okay, Kat, in or out, which one you want to choose? Okay. Kat is settled. Where are we going to begin? You know, when there's no audience and I ask somebody or nobody, where do I want to begin? There are so many, for myself, intriguing things that are going on with numbers and time, from the zodiac, the constellations, the movement of planets, the speeds, the diameter of the planets, the gases that are on the planets. Even if it's not real, who are we? Where does our knowledge come from in order to give something a name? How do we actually know that when it has 8 sides, that it's an octagon? And why have we noted to call it a stop sign? Why is something that does this a circle? Can you have a circle and a square? Well, what if you went around the square? You'd have a circle, but you'd have a square. Anytime you go around something, you have a circle. The measurement from the center out in going around and your imbalanced distance, irregardless if it's bumpy going around, you're still going around. So the word round is, the word itself is perfect. From the smallest to the largest, these are individual cells. Every single one of these are individual cells. Now, the question for myself, okay, would sort of come, let me make my screen bigger so I can see what's going on here. Wow, that's pretty dark. That didn't work out too good. Let me make that smaller. See, when it's a bigger screen, I have the clarity on it. Does anybody know what day it is today? There's so many things, so try to remember, try to help me out for things that are coming to my mind. And one of the things happened today is they call it the day of the marmotte, a groundhog. So in French, it's marmotte. In English, it's groundhog. Ground is earth. Hog is pig. 333, pregnancy. The 33rd day of the year. Jesus Christ. 33, mass. OR in French is gold. Gold is number 38, related to the club. The club relates to 3, and the club is on a stand, half of a diamond. Relationships, what we were taught. If we were all computers, you can look at us as human beings. You can also look at us as if we were coming, our information was coming from an outside source. Then you would have to take all this information from Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall to Jack and Jill had a great fall, or actually fell down the hill, but Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Donald Trump wanted to build a wall. Moses was creating bricks. He wasn't creating blocks. Now, there's a question between bricks and blocks. And although blocks here that we're building with buildings are rectangular, a true block, would a true block not look like, where's my baby? I can't find my baby Rubik's Cube. And then there's slabs. So understanding our shapes. So I was into, I don't know where I was, I'm a little lost, alcohol. Now, when I look at alcohol, the first 2 letters to me remind me of Al's Diner. Now, why does AL, now I'm all over the place, so you got to keep up right now because I have to follow what's in here, right? The messages come in to here. Where they're coming from, it doesn't matter. My expression for how I feel is my own internal understanding. So this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I speak about is my own opinion based on the fact of where the numbers and words come from. So it's all about the relationships, the boring game of fish upon my wish, where you just, I wanted to, I got it to, where'd the 2 come from? Oh, you had the 2. Did you have the 2 or you had the 2? So alcohol, AI, artificial intelligence, 1 through 9, where 1 is inside the heavens of 8. Noted that is on the 9 card. It's not like the 8 card, but on the 8 card, it's communication. You have 2 dots on the 8 card. I think I'm going to have to draw this up. The 8 card, I like to call this, do we call this the half world? Can we do this? And we're going to do this, right? This is the 6. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. And in this one's the 7. So on this one, we're going to do this and this. And then on the 8 card, so I want to go and get something. I just wrote something down here. This is going to be part of the gathering today. Okay, we're going to get into that after. So where was I? Okay, let's get back over here, and then we're going to do this. In this one, um, did I get this one right? Yes, we got this, and then this. So would this actually be saying 10? Would this be 9? And would this be 15? Why and why did I do it this way? If you go to the deck of cards, let's see, yes. So we have the 9 card, not like the 8 card, right? Here it gets split in the center. And the thing about cards is, see, they're pointing up. So that's why I connected these 4 over here. But that's the 9 card. I want to go to the, see the diamond, it's 2 to 1. No up, no down. They're all together. Let's take out the 10 card. You see in the 10 card, 5 up, 5 down. Here's the 7 card. So we have 5 up and 2 down. So what I did is I connected the 2 down with the 5 up. But my question is, since these are the opposite, should I not be connecting actually these? Right? And how can I say it in unison? Not these, because they're all the same way. I should actually be connecting these and these 3. So the 7 card would actually look like, let me see if I get this right. It would be like connecting those 4 and then these 3. That would be the 7 card. So without participation, everything becomes biased. It's only me. And I don't want this to be biased. It can't only be me. So if this is the 7 card, I'd like to find the 8 card. It would be really nice to find the 8 card. Okay, so we don't have the 8 card here, so just give me a second, and let me find the 8 card. I'm trying to go, I'm trying to get it all done. I don't want it to be boring. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to forget. I'm sitting here all alone. Here's the 6 card. So we're going to get into the 6 card. Okay, I'm going to use the bottom ones because since I've been doing this, I always use these 4. I'm going to use these 4. So we have these 4 here and these 2 here. That's the 6 card. Then we went to the 7 card. I'm going to use these 4 here. So again, I have 0 again. And then I'm going to get the V part, like almost antennas. And hopefully we can find an 8 card. I think the 8 card is no 8, eh? It's not fun, a little frustrating that I can't get the 8. So, oh, here's an 8, but that's not the 8 I want. That's the diamond 8. You remember Krista Berg, the song Krista Berg? They were looking at the diamond 8. The diamond 8 connects everything because it works in all directions. So what we're going to do is, oh, look at that. So I got the 8, right? So let's take out this marker here, and we're going to connect these 4. See, they're all the opposite of each other. I wasn't doing it that way before. You see the 2 feet over here, right? How would I do it? Would I do it this way? Remember I said we should just be connecting the opposites, and then these would be on an angle, would be on this angle, right? So there's many ways to connect the cards, and this is to be discussed. Okay, that wasn't fun. The next thing is we're going to do with that is about the picture cards. See, with the 8, 7, and 6, right, we also have, what is the queen? The queen has 2 eyes. The jack has 2 cards of 1 eye. You see the jack of spades and the jack of hearts? The heart and the spade. Jack. Jack. Jack's numeric value is 25. The heart numeric value is 52. It equals 77. Matter equals 77. Christ equals 77. And the mass equals to 33. So Christmas is 110. You can look at it as 11, or you can look at it as 2. You can also look at it as 3, creation. And this is where the groundhog comes in. Ground, hog, pig. Pigs are usually known to be this. Those 2 dots on a set of dice. Those are the pigs. The opposite of the pig is going to be 6 dot and 6 dot. It's going to be 3 void and 3 void. Here on this side, you're going to have 8 void and 8 void. In 8 void, you get the queen, as the queen has 2 eyes up and 2 eyes down. It is the separation between day and night. 4 times 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 0, 8. Now what we're going to do next, jack is 25 and spade is 45. The fox pass in the sun is the spade. The word fox is 45 and 666. The 6th letter, the 15th letter, 1 and 5 is 6. The 24th letter, 2 and 4 and 6. O and X, angels. Saturn, 10. You know, if you want to start with SAT with these 3 words and look at satellite, and we're going to start making up words with this, but when you put A and T together, it becomes S at. The AI is where. The reason for this is the 19th letter, 1 and 9 is AI, and the alphabet goes 1 to 8. It does not go 1 to 9. So what is actually happening? I'm not going to get into that right now, for the reason is that Z is the 26th letter, and that's an 8. So is the alphabet going A through I 1 area, A through I 2 areas, and A through H in the 3rd area? When AI comes together, it now becomes AH. So this would be JJ, and this would be R, JJR. That Y, 1 and 8 are the 18th letter. So you would call that creation Ra. You call this J. J in French means I have. So you would be saying I have, I have. I also like to look at this as the birth and the birth in the heavens. The heavens is 2 parts. So it seems like one birth in one part and another birth transferred over into the heavens, and you'd have I over here and I over here, where there was a birth here and a birth here, and there's a divided heaven. But I'm not here to talk about that. Right now I want to talk about this. This one is 73, stands for Nibiru, stands for the E-world of creation. Number 3 is a result of number 11. Number 7 is the result of 13, because the star system math with an addition over a multiplication equaling to the heart of 1 to the 8th star. I never like to use the 8 stars. I'll use this one. I'll use this one as 2. I'll use this one as 3. I'll use this one as 4. So there's 4 different stars from this 8 combinations, 4 plus the major star of a circuitry that will be working. You're not going this way and this way at the same time. You're either going this way or you're going this way. You're coming from here going there, so you can actually be going here, going the other way, because you're going this way. Now the question is, do any of these loop? Do any of these loop? This one came into here, so that one would go into here. Or let me see this. If this one goes into here, then this one might go into here. Do you follow what I'm saying? How the circuitry would run. So now what we have here is, since we looked at the queen, so the queen has 8 eyes. The king has 3 cards of 2 eyes. The total number of eyes for the king is 7. So Q, K, and then the jack has 6 eyes. Jack. The 17th letter, the 11th letter, and the 10th letter. 1, 2, 8. I don't know what we're going to do with this, okay, yet, but What's ironic is that my sister sent me an email, and I'm going to show you this. She sent me something, and what came out in the email was Bear Brick Bears. And one of the designs that happened to come out happened to be this design over here, 28. You see 28, but I see 128. One inducing itself into holding two numbers. You follow what I'm saying? One, okay, over here is holding on to two numbers. Should it be that way? Because I think that our number system, here's the number 5, and for me, this is the number 1. Put two of them together. So if I put, I can put also 1 this way, right? Imagine I can use 2. By the way, this one is for the sun. You see the way it turned into 9 and 6 regardless of this one over here? If I would have finished this formation, I would end up with this design. Let's take out this line. I'd end up with that design. So anyways, let's leave that out. Okay, the 6, 7, and 8 equals to 21. The queen is 8. The king is 7. The jack is 6. Separation of 3 cubes, which I forgot to speak about somewhere else. I'm just going to add this in right now. But 10 and 11, okay, which equals to 21, and I think it's in here somewhere. Let me see that. I'm not sure if I have a mistake here. Yeah, there's a mistake right over here. This is 66. 10 and 11 equals to 21. Where 10 and 11 come in from is 2 and 8 is 10, right? Let me see if I can point that on here. 2 and 8 is 10. 3 and 8 is 11. 3 cubes. The average is both 10 and 11 or 10.5. And this actually says je, which it means I, J, and E. 105 is apparently, I overheard and needs to be discussed, the hand of God. 35, 1/3, and 2/3. The hand of God is working in 1/3 and 2/3. 3 periods of 20 minutes, 2, 2, and 2, times 8 in the heavens, 1776. 8 and 7, the G and H coming together, fabricating what is 6. PH, the sound like in laugh. So I know we're all over the place, but Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Spades each have one eye. So when I add these up, the total, it equals to 150, or it equals to 51, and that is Mars. Now you can ask me, well, why is it Mars? Well, the numeric value is Mars, but it's not only Mars, because if I go to Gematria Calculator and put in Mars, it'll show you a lot of other words with number 51, okay? And we would have to go over that. Mass, for me, is your rotation of 9 and 6, the percentage sign, and in the sun, only because 9 times 6 is what creates the numeric value for the sun, as well as breath. And when you look at this, you can see my pen is going in this direction and the other pen is going there. It also looks like 2 twin towers. And if I was to build the next twin tower, if you notice, it's lopsided when it comes together. If you also notice, we have this design over here, if you've ever seen it before. I think they call it the swastika, something like that. Inside, you see the way it's lopsided. Now, if I would recreate this design on an angle, this swastika would come out a different way, but we're not going to get into that. Right now, it's all about opening eyes and trying to see a little bit deeper of what's actually going on in numbers. So with this over here, we are going to go 2, 3, 4. We are going to go 5, 6, 7. We are going to go, I'm going to go in the plus side, 8, 9, 1. I've seen this before. And what these are is I'm bringing them back to their formation. 8 and 2 is 10. 1 plus 1 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 plus 4 is 10. The total is 30. 30 in creation stands for Mars. So this is also all about the Mars setup at the gate in the heavens of creation of the light. Number 6. Everything happens. Mars and Earth come together on number 6. The point of Mars and the lines of Earth. So becomes the hexagon. And again, to be discussed. Where else am I? Mass is Sun, because 9 times 6 equals to 54 Sun. And then there's an equation for this. And part of the equation comes into this one over here. Now, hold on a second. Let me finish with the down part over here. There's so many things going on in this. I'm not even sure where to start. First, we were talking about the alcohol. Now I'm jumping into this. Maybe I'm just let me finish maybe with this and not go so fast for myself. So, you know, Uncle Sam wants you. Mass equals 33, 110 floors to the towers. Now we would have to write the word 2 right over here. 23, 35, 23, 46, 56, 60, 76, 81. So we're now talking about Venus. Venus. Mars gets broken up, right? Mars gets broken up, becomes Venus. It's a twin creation for twin towers. And the reason for this is, I shouldn't say the reason for this, is because this would be, if it's a second planet, it would be Venus. Then Mars is over here, which is 2 times what is Venus. But you can't go in both directions. Cross my heart, right? Cross my heart over here in Mars to what is Venus over here. This is called the accent grave. This is called the aigu. The French call their lines like this. Now, if we would go over to the Hebrew language and use 2 dots, we're going to come up with something else, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm not briefed on it myself. So this mass is inside the sun. It's number 33. It creates 54, but it doesn't only create 54. It also creates 9 and 6 equals to 15. So again, another relationship to Mars with inside of 15. But this time, if I would compare it to time is 60. So it'd be 4 times 15 is what would equal to 60. And the, let me just see something. If I can get my mouse to move over there. Saturn square. So when we go over here to Saturn square, right, we ended up with 15, 15, 15, 15. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, all 15 Saturn square. And the square of Saturn. Saturn is number 93. So I did a thing on this, I think 3 days ago with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I can do it the same way with Saturn square, but I'm not going to do it right now. This is a snowball effect. When I start something, there's just so much more that shows up. So now what I did is I brought it to formation. And the formation, okay, is right over here. Hold on a second. 147, 258, 369. The groundhog came out today, 147 months of 31 days, relationship to the moon gate. 4 months of 30 days, relationship to the 10-10-10 creation. Let's call that Easter. We're going to call it Easter for one of the reasons that it's also with Tom. Tom is a turkey. Turkey is 3 strikes in a row. Each one counts for 10. You would go 10, 10, 10. In the first box, you'll get 30. If we're not going to continue this, in the next box, you will be at 50, and then you would end up with the 60 seconds on the clock, or whichever way you wanted to look at it. When you add them all up, it equals to 140. So now I have to find out what this means besides N. 14th letter is N, A, D, DNA. 15, also the 15th letter. If we bring back the relationship to Mars, 15 is 1/4 a time. And this numeric value is Jack. Jack can also be used for telephones, plugs in the wall, but 52 is Earth. So they're plugging Mars into Earth for communication. And that's the 4 months of 10, 10, 10, 30 days. Actually, it's 4 of them. But in here, in this relationship, it's only 3. If I'd come down to the 10 card, what would be the 10 card? Oh, yes. On the 10 card in some games, they're actually putting a T. I don't think I have it with this one over here. I think they're putting the 10. But some cards started putting the T, which tells me that this is 20. So when you're starting to go T minus counting, you'd be using this one over here. So there's no I's on this one. How would I count this one in this situation? I don't know, but we're going to just leave it in there. So this is your setup. They're all valued at 10 in blackjack. So now we're going to say that both Jack, Queen, and King has a relationship into T10. Now note that our cycles are 313 is in the leap year, 31, 13, 31, 75. Also 75 is noted to be DC, or what is 3/4, and 3 and 4, the third and the fourth letter is DC, and it is the heart of the cube. The 3 and the 4 180 degrees apart, so are all other 7s. But the unique thing is, if you're counting from what is 1, 2, okay, and 1, 2, and 3, you cannot get to the fourth number unless you turned it 180 degrees. So when I bring things to formation, I bring them to this formation that we live with, the 7 months, the 4 months, and the 1 month. So now with that said, I'm going to try and see where I'm getting to next. Right. 1, 1, 4, and 7. So 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. They're all 1s. So at 6 and 7 is 13. 1 and 3 and 4. So the 5, 6, 7 area is all working with Mars when they're working with the vibration, because 2, 3, 4 is your vibration. Not only that, your 2, 3, 4 plus 666 equals to your 90-degree angle, which is 1/4 of 360. And every time you talk about quarters, you talk about Earth. You talk about connecting Mars to Earth. In fact, they didn't only mark it there, but if you have a USB stick or something, or some kind of memory, they would connect it like this. So 5 and 1 Mars, 5 and 2 Earth, 1 and 2 creation of the student, barring 12. You can look at it as a single digit. You can say it's 512. You can say it's 51 or 52. When you play the game of Scrabble or many other games as so, you have maybe 7 tiles, but you don't have to use them all. You can use 3 tiles or 4 tiles to make a word, and there's also double words and triple letters or double letters, etc. And in the last one, 6 and 1 is 7, 7 and 9 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. So this is 7, 7, 7, 4, 4, 4, and 7, 7, 7, 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 1. So this is 21, this is 9, and then this is 21, and this is 18, and this is 21, and this is 18, 9, 10, 18, 7, 6, 13, 18, or 9. So they're all 9s. They all connect to 9 in order to create this. 9 is basically the only number I think I left it. Where did I put this? 9 is the only number that when it's converted always goes back into itself. Jupiter, all into Jupiter 13. Remember I told you about 31, 31, 13, all the same. It comes out to be the 7th gate. 5th planet, Jupiter. 7 come 11, because in order to create 3, you need 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. Into the doghouse, the game. Into the sun's rotation. Here's your 3 and 4. When your 3 and 4 come out, your 6 and 7 come out. Into the house of Saturn. I don't know what they all mean yet, but I'm going to unscramble it one day. So what this is if you start with 1 and you end with 1. You start with 2 and you end with 2. We add up 1 at a time, there's a total of 10. We add up 2 at a time to get every single number, total of 10. We add up 3 at a time to get every single number, it only takes 3. On the 4th one, you've started over again. Then 1, 2, and the 3rd one, you started over again. See, the first time you do it, 1, 2, 3, start over, right? On the 4th, 1, 2, 3, start over on the 4th. But you're doubling up, right? Let's say we go 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, we're always starting over again, right, on the fourth one. But then when we start here over again, this one becomes the third one, and this one becomes the third one. Start over again. So the first start from this. So we should actually be starting from off the board into number 3. And it would always be a rotation of 3, but the world we're living right now seems to be a rotation of 4, as you can see in the leap year. So now we're going to get back to Groundhog Day and 333. Oh, let me get back to this one other thing. You can also multiply this, and each one of these multiplies. This will be 24 and 9, 42, and 5 is 210, relationship to the moon, and this is 72. I'm trying to figure, this is the gateway. This is to do with something in the moon. This is the diameter of the moon. Anytime you see 0, okay, the O letter is the 15th letter, equated 6. Okay, we're going to do that. Now, let me see if I did this right, if I wrote this down properly. Now I'm going to get a drink of water. I'm going to come back in about a minute and a half and show you what I found today on Groundhog Day. But I will tell you just one tiny story, is that 2.2 centimeters is an inch. So 40 inches equals 88. Blue equals 88. So now 88 is Pegasus, 88 is purple. Purple is made up of red and blue. Window, like in Windows, forget about the S. The S is a plural. You don't have to say windows. You can just say a window. So window is 88. Windows 10 is ABCD. Windows 11 is EF, because the addition of the value of the letters according to the basic alphabet of A1 and Z26 equals to that equivalent of A, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, 5 and 6 equals to 11, 4 equaling to a round or a ring, like the rings of Saturn, counted for 3, 4, 4, and 4 equaling to 12. And what you put through it is the finger, the 9th finger, the wedding ring on the left hand. The right hand, the left hand, the Democrats, the Republican, one with a D, one with an R. All these things are talking together. If it's a D, it's 4, 4th finger. If it's an R, single digit, 9th finger, same hand. If you're going to count, or you're going to count your fingers, if you're in Israel, right, and you write like the Hebrews, you'll be writing from right to left. If you're here in Canada, you'll be writing from left to right. In Israel, you'll be writing from right to left. From right to left on the piano, it's 29 keys to center C. From left to right, center C is the 24th key, totaling to 53. Card games. Crystal Berg was playing cards and games, and yet they lost another one. Does anybody really know where we are, why we're here, what we're doing? I have my own opinion, but this is for entertainment purposes only. And I only talk about the truth that I'm being told, plus my added understanding. But unless it's discussed, I am not the last word. I am only a vessel. I was cleaning up these cards. It's a little messy. Sometimes it's messy, hard to think. Groundhog Day. Today is the 33rd day of the year in the 2nd month. Does anybody know anything about 33? You see, somebody will come up, bunch of groups, whoever it is, and say, yeah, I need to know about number 33, and I'll do some research, and I'll find it, see what it means. 33 can also be 66. It's the pass through all the small towns because of what they did with Highway 66, and it was redirected. The 18-wheelers can no longer go on Highway 66 because of the bridges, so they all take I-80. 8 times 8, a gateway, 8 plus 8. Groundhog Day, the 33rd day of the year. May Jesus be of the twin towers and mass inside the sun, a gateway within Mars. We were talking about the ring, and the thing about that is around here is 14. And up and down is 7. So I'm going to count Mars as the single dot, as one single pass. I'm going to count Earth as 2. The reason for that is Mars is 51, the V, 2 sides, and Earth is 52. Support. The one snake of Moses that swallowed the 2 snakes of Pharaoh. We have to understand the symbolism in that. Why did Moses build bricks? When you design bricks, the artwork that comes out with it actually says naturally high 52. And it's basic. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a brick. And then we're going to go over it. We're going to go sharpen this. I'm going to come back over here, right? And we're going to see halfway between the brick. Here's the number 5. And we're going to take another color. Maybe we'll take the purple. And on the other side, we're going to have the number 2. 5 and 2 come together. A TV set. And listen, when you tell me I don't believe about my seal, I have to be better explained. I asked you once to explain how it all works. I need a better understanding, because if I don't have a better understanding, I can't chase something in my mind. It's very frustrating sometimes. So I put it in my head, try to understand what the words mean that you write to me. I look at that, and then my mind wanders, and then it gives me some insight. But to get directly to a seal, I work for it. It's going to come to me whether or not I chase it down or not, because chasing it down in the work, by you writing to me, I'll be chasing it down anyways. We've all been given, you see, I can't, this is a personal thing as well. It is an individual thing. And if I become egotistical about getting something, right? If I need a suit of armor, that suit of armor is going to come to me. It's going to be led to me through the words that I'm written, the exchange of conversations, just like what's happening right now. I'm not sure if you're here. It says that no one's watching. I watched some of the videos. I just can't keep up to some of the stuff. Sometimes I could, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I don't have time to catch up with everything. I'm really sorry. And yeah, so let me continue with this. Now I'm a little lost to where I was. Yes, so here is where the bricks are, right? And now what we're going to do, is we're going to go here, and we're going to go, and here is I over here. I never really do this, but here's your 3-point play of Y. We also have T inside of this, but your I, okay, is what separates between 2 sides of the brick, to where your H is holding up 1 brick and 1 brick, while it's supporting 1 brick above and 1 brick below. Here's your H and your I. So your H and your I are the 8th and 9th letters. And when you play the game of Baccarat, rat inside of like Saturn rat, carat as inside a diamond Saturn. So it's showing me diamond Saturn is going both ways. Diamond Saturn has the ring. If diamond Saturn has the ring, it gets number 14, it gets Earth. Which means that the pole equals to 7, equals to I, equals to I wear the ring of Earth. I have married into Earth. So I am Mars in the I world, because I am the birth inside the heavens on Earth. HI, high 52. And in craps, I mean, in Baccarat, they call this a natural. So I have to look a little bit more into this. And a Terral, I have to look at that Rutin, La Rutin. Okay, so we got into this part. Baccarat, rat equals to 38. Gold equals to 38. Carat equals to 4 and 38. 42 is the gate. And 3, 1, and 2 is 6, 48. So Baccarat, ring, and pole all have the same numeric value. Let's count that again. 21, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 46, 47, 48, 49. 21 and 18 is 39, 40. 46, 47, 49. I counted it wrong. It's 49, which also equals to the word 8, which also equals to the word green. 4 and 9, the ring and the pole. Times 2 is 98. It becomes a natural, the game in Baccarat. And in Baccarat, there is no adding to 10 and counting to 1. It counts to 0. 0, 1. In all the numbers that I work in Pythagorean theory, no matter what you add, we never get 0. But in this equation in Baccarat, we're always getting 0, which leads us back to blackjack, all 10s, right? All 10s, 10 equals to 0. When you add 10 to something, it is not 1, it is 0. Now we're going to get down to Groundhog Day, and then we're going to end this video. Although I have a little bit more to talk about, a lot more. I want to be able to do this here. I'm not sure if so what it is today is the 33rd day of the year, counting January 1st to today. When you count backwards, it comes up to day 333. The pig's pregnancy is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Now, if you want to go by base, it would be 84, 21, 03. 8 and 4, 12, 1 and 2, 3, 2 and 1, 3, and 3. The total is 108. JH, Jack Heaven, Jack of Hearts, Raish, also equaling to what is the sun. The reason for that, okay, is that 18 times 3 equals to a total of 54. 81 is also Venus. 81, resident angel. 81 is also the birth, where 8 surrounds 1. At the same time, 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 and 9, and it is the only number that when you multiply it and add it, can we bring this scenario together. Matter, Christ, and this becomes 35, and we have to be able to get the whole grid line so you can see where the numbers match up. In the game of roulette, they pay 35 plus 35 to 1, meaning the one you have on the table, and they give you 35 more. So we have the pig's pregnancy. Now we're going to go to the next level. Since our numbers, our rotation is all in 1, 4, and 7, it becomes 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, and 2, 3, 3, 3. And what is this? This is when you divide 1 by 3, 4 by 3, 7 by 3. This is the result. The total is 399. I forget there was a math equation, or 3999. And 1 divided by 3 equals to 1.33. So the average is inside this one over here. By the way, time, Christ, energy, all numbers 7447. The next piece of this is when I multiply it, it becomes 3, 12, 21, which equals to 3, 3, 3 again. 3 times 1, 3. 3 by 4, 12, 1 and 2, 3. 3 by 7, 21, 2 and 1, 3. So this is Groundhog Day. This is what it's talking about. How many 3s go into this? 40. 2/3. Well, we're not going to count that. This is to be divided by 3s. Okay, let me not get into that. I started this thing off with alcohol and spirit, as you can see over there. So this is Groundhog Day, and this is what I see its relationship is. Now, when we get into the alcohol is numeric value 66. Freedom is 66. What happened? They used to say freedom 55. So I always relate freedom to 55, drive alive. It's also the woman. It's also a roadway that got where the 18-wheelers, remember 18, very important. It is the sun. We just did 108 times 3 is 324. That is 18 by 18 is 342. It is the vibration, regardless of which order it is in. The reverse of 432 is 8, 7, and 6. And that is where the queen 8, the king 7, and the jack 6 fit in. And I don't know why you say that, Joel. How would you know whether I want it or not? I sent you a piece of mail, a response asking you a question that never got, a couple of questions, but I never got answered. So it's hard to advance. The other relationship, let me, where is this? So yes, also in craps, they bar 66 and the bar mitzvah. So they're barring 66. They're barring the L letter. Are they barring 12 or 66, right? But it's the only way to get it. But there are other 12s. And I don't want to look at 111 as 12, right? 1 plus 11 is 12, not 111, because that's the heart of roulette. I said blackjack sun. I'm trying to figure out why, but I still want to finish with this 66, which is the reverse 88. So would it be with and without spirit, the reverse? 88 is Pegasus. 88 is purple. 88 is window, which relates now to Mars. Mars, Pegasus, and window. Blackjack sun. Well, blackjack, yes. Sun is numeric value 54. There are 54 area spaces on a cube, so it's now the cubic sun. 213. I don't know why that's like that. I'm just trying to figure out. Jack, U, sun. U is the 21st letter. 2 and 1 equals to 3. So there's a mistake in there. Slash 21.5. Okay, right. Okay, what it is it's 21 is the value of U. It's too close together. 3 and 2 are the odds in blackjack. Pay 3 for 2, which is the numbers MAR, and that is 1.5 times. Okay, and everything keeps relating to Mars. Mars relation. So 1 and 2 spirit. I'm just trying to see where the 1 and 2 spirit. The 1 you stand up and you make, or it's a PP, and the number 2 is a KK. The 1 is PP, the 2 is KK. When you're a child, spirit equals to 91. I'm just little trying to understand where 1 and 2 come in. See, me, I think that everything got taken apart. 1, 2, 3 are only an expression of what is in, I believe, 9, 8, and 7. 7 through the gate of 8, the cycle of creation, the 4 areas, to what is the 9 birth, 3 areas and 4 areas, the house of the DC. There are 13 cards in a suit. There are 4 suits. Every suit equals to 91. 13 by 7 or 1 and 3 equals to 4. 4 and 7 and 3 and 7. Energy and time and creation. And Nibiru, the red sun, comes out in this scenario. The 4 times 91 equals to 364. That's 13 moons by 28 days, in which when you say bar 66, if you relate it to female and then bar mitzvah, what's happening if you're barring the 12? I'm just trying to think of what's going on. You're barring the female in the male. I'm just trying to see where I was going with this. Bar 66. So 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 11 is 12. 3 and 9 is that base creation. The base creation of 12 is 3 and 9. And then it's 4 and 8. And that's the ring, the pole, Pluto. And then it's 5 and 7. You're out of the moon. That's another 12. And then you're 66. So it's 3, 9, 4, 8, 5, 7. That's 36. And then boom, another 12 is 48. The ring and the pole out of the Pluto planet, number 84. And yes, this is where I was at. What I did is, instead of 13 times 791, what I did is 1 times 3. then times 7. Let me show you. This is what I did. You have 13 times 7 equals to 91. Now I'm going to do the math. 1 times 3, 3. 1 plus 3, 4. So 3 times 7 equals to 21, and 4 times 7 equals to 28. So in this is the cycle, and it is the mirror, the cycle of the moon, being the 28 days of the moon. 1 second, I'm getting a little blurry over here. I don't know why. So, and this would, what would make up the ring and the pole, as we spoke about before. Between the two of them, we're back to 49. So we're talking about baccarat, the bricks on the wall, etc., the pig's pregnancy. 3 times 49 equals to what your cycle is of 147. 3 by 40, 120. 3 by 9, 27. 147. So 147 is your 14, is what is the ring, and 7 is what is the pole. So if we're running the cycle, we're running the cycle of this cube. And I like to call it the house of Kaaba. 3 billion people are either looking at it, praying to it, but have a connection to it, which is 1/3 of the planet, which is what the cube is all about. 1 and 4 equals to 5 equals to 7, and we're back into the moon. This will create 5, 7, and 4, 7. It's funny that time equals to 47. Jesus equals to that energy. This equals to the moon. It also equals to Heinz, which has everything to do with 8, 9, 5, 8. 8, 9, 5, 8. Not going to get into this EIEIO, centimeters and inches. So yeah, it creates this scenario over here. And these two will eventually create number 19. I'm not going to get into that part. You know, right. I mean, if you're going to count to 12, your minimum is going to be 3 and 9. If you're going to count to 13, you're going to be 4 and 9, right? So the separation between man and woman is where D and C come in, to where the mirror world comes in with man, to where the base world comes in with woman. So your creation base of woman is over here. And then Mars, Earth, woman, Mars, man. But it becomes Venus with Mercury creating creation. This becomes Venus, Venus creating man. And then if you want to go to 14, which is going to be 5 and 9. So now we understand where 5 and 9 come in. And not only that, that's the beginning of the cube, 5 and 9. And the reason for that could be many reasons, but here's 9. And if I take the cube over, I'll see 3 and 2, and that's a reflection of Mars, and that's the passage in the sun, breath. Passage, sun, and breath all relate to this. If we're going to go to 15, and this is where pi comes in between these two, this is where the sun divides between 13 and 14. Okay, this is where your birth comes in. This is 29, this is 27. Here's where Earth comes in at 25. This is where your gateway is to your birth. This is where Mars is. And the reason for this 6 and 9 rotation in the sun with Mars is the alphabet separates 1 here. 4, 5, fox. Fox is noted to be a trench, also a passage. 5, 6, 11, also noted to be the student. If we were going to convert this on a cube, you would get 4, 3, 2, 1. And this entirety would create the mirror. The last 2 of the first set of the alphabet and the first 2 of the next set of the alphabet. 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 equals 9 and 14. This one would be 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals 15 equals to 8. The 8 and 9 are natural for your 29 birth. You understand what I'm saying? There's no other number higher than 9. So in order to get there, this is what it is. So now if we're going to go to 16, you're going to have 7 and 9. And that is the gateway to your birth. And if you're going to have 17Q, you're going to have 8 and 9. This is P. And you're going to have your birth creation in the heavens, where you're going to be having, like I said, 17 and 27, which is 9 times 8, 9 plus 8. I switch them around the other way. 1 and 2 has to come together as a minimum, and this is your minimum creation. Creation in the E world. Remember, there's a story being built. So now if I wanted to go to this certain area over here, the 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. I'm trying to figure out again, 55 create 7. Yes, in order to create 13, in order to create some numbers, it's 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6 is 13 equals to 55. And it also says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although I didn't write it in here, a sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. 5 and 5 lock, bringing the bottom world into the top world. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 5 equals 30 equals 41. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to the IT system 29 birth. If I would minus this 13 from 42, I would get 29 high, 29 low from two different numbers. One would be created from 15, the other would be created from 16. So in both scenarios, we got 29. We used 16, 15, and 14 in order to create this situation that came together. See this over here, 14 or 41, it doesn't matter which way it goes. And this is where we get our 29. Remember the piano from right to left, the 29, the IT system, birth in the sun. When 5 and 4 come together, this is what it says. So you have N-O-P. We're not going to go like the Monopoly. So anyways, that's this scenario, and that's what it creates. And I think we got it all down right now. For those who have never showed up or are not here right now or who might watch it in the future, do not hesitate to come and ask or speak with me so we can go over, rehash. And it'd be nice to be doing this somewhere in an island with peace and quiet. No noise, no street noise, maybe a little bit of an ocean or the winds blowing in the forests. And restructure. I believe that we're very harmonic. I believe that if we put not very many heads together, right? Just a lot of people coming together, knowing the truth, we can reset, just like Neo Anderson, what has been set up and structured to demise us. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Stand tall. We are one, and it is proven in math, geometric. Let me just say it. Alpha geometric, alpha geometric, alpha geonumeric. Thank you for watching this video.